Is your rip and ship business dying? I don't know. Brian from Pokey thinks it is, so we'll see what happens here in the next couple years. What's up, guys? This is Pokebell from Pokebell Card House coming at you with another video. I obviously, if you haven't seen the video, I will link it down below. But Pokey Brian, he did just post a video talking about the rip and ship business and what's going to happen to it in the near future. Basically, if you haven't seen the video, I encourage you to watch it. I will link it in the description. But this video is not to be any hate towards Brian Pokey. I actually watch a ton of his content, and as soon as he posted that, that was on my list to watch. But I figured it'd be a good little intro as I'm still starting my YouTube journey and I'm still getting some content out there. But just to give you a little bit of my 2 cents on me starting off as a rip and shipper mid 2024 and still doing it in 2025. So it's going to be in a little bit of a take on Brian's comments there. But starting things off, I don't inherently think Brian is wrong for his video and for his takes on the rip and ship platform, the scheme, if you will, the business model, as he says. But I don't think it means that you should, by and large, not join the rip and ship strategy. From someone like me, I was coming from literally zero followers, zero inventory, and I still am a relative new person in the Pokemon hobby, as I just got back into the hobby back in 2024. But that doesn't mean just because rip and ships may not be here a year from now, may not be here a couple years from now. Right now, the hobby is at its peak. Product is getting super hard to find, so rip and shippers are buying a bunch of it up, and that's part of why inventory is so scarce. You have rip and shippers ripping packs all day, every day. You have distributors holding back product and then reselling it at above MSRP or market value, which is another problem. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube that talk about that. Dr. Applesauce is a good YouTuber who talks about that kind of content here in his recent videos. But there are lots of different reasons why the market is so crazy as it is right now. But that doesn't inherently mean rip and ships are so bad. I do a rip and ship. I primarily post my videos on TikTok. I am expanding to other platforms, but primarily I do my live streams on TikTok. And TikTok is another thing in a nutshell, but I've allowed to grow a community there. I do have, starting off from rip and ships only, no other content. I wasn't posting it here on YouTube. I wasn't posting the Instagram, and I was making TikToks, but not really all that much. I was just hitting the live button and seeing who would buy my product and rip on stream. And just over this past weekend, I was able to get my first 1,000 followers there on TikTok. So given that that's the platform that I started my business on, hitting that milestone is pretty cool. So if you're interested, we are doing a 1,000 follower giveaway. Feel free to join the Discord, hit the giveaway section. Because we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I am giving away a 151 booster bundle. You have until Friday, March 21st, to enter the giveaway. The giveaway will be announced. The winner will be announced Friday at 7 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. So if you want to hop in the giveaway, feel free to do so. A little bit of plug. Check out my other socials, guys. But going back to the subject at hand, Brian said that the rip and ship platform is a dying business model. He very well may be right. It may not be here in a couple years. However, if you are debating starting your Pokemon card business in 2025, the rip and ship model, it's not a bad place to start. I am living proof that I started from a rip and ship doing nothing, and I still do it. I still plan to do it. And if things change and the market changes where nobody's interested at all from buying from rip and shippers, then maybe I'll stop and focus solely on my website and selling sealed product. Now, I will say, the things about Brian's video, every single other thing about Brian's video, I think I liked. I totally agree with. It's all about scalability, because I've already taken some of his advice and started to do this myself. So whenever I first started posting on TikTok, I made a business account. For those of you who do not know, if you are looking to sell anything on TikTok, you do not need the 1,000 followers to start live streaming to sell products. You just need to make a business TikTok account. Again, there's lots of videos on YouTube on how to do that. Once your business account on TikTok gets approved, you are able to start posting products, and then you're able to go live and then link those products to TikTok to sell to whoever wants to hop in your live stream and click the little button. Now, as Pokey Brian said, there are lots of issues with selling 100% solely on platforms like that. You do not own the customers. So I made the decision back in, I guess it was late 2024, early 2025, January, whenever TikTok was having this whole debacle about getting shut down by the US government. I went ahead and took the liberty to make my own website and start selling my products there. Now, am I probably losing some viewership on the TikTok platform because I'm not using their shop service at the moment? Probably. But that's where the rise and grind comes in, is you got to keep pumping out that content, baby. And that's the thing. It's all about content. Content is your best friend, and that's what I've learned, and that's what I'm trying to implement in my own personal strategy. If you go to any of my social medias, sorry, my dog is making noises over here. If you go to any of my social medias, you can see that my accounts are not long. They do not have a plethora of content, but if you look over the last couple of weeks, content's starting to get pushed. Why? Because I want to spread my outreach. I want to grow my customer base. I want to make Pokebell Card House a brand, a household brand if possible, but I would love for my shop to become a brand who people know in the Pokemon community. I am already grateful for the success I've had and the growth that I've had, just as I'm pumping things back out in 2025. But yes, I am taking full opportunity to capture that customer base without, so like if the platforms die, if all of a sudden TikTok goes away or Whatnot goes away or Drip goes away, I still have my customers, and my customers still have a way to shop from me. Now, there are plenty of successful people who sell on Drip, Whatnot, TikTok, and 100% utilizing their platforms that are killing it in the industry. Now, are they going to be able to jump ship and move on to another platform, or keep those customers if any of these platforms would ever go away? Would they be able to retain their customer base, or would they have to start from scratch? Who knows? You know, I have no idea what other Rip and Shipper's business model is. But for me, I am taking the liberty to expanding my social media outreach, making sure I'm available across multiple platforms. And then I even have a Discord where people who really want to engage with my community can certainly hop in and have a little bit more personal engagement with the members of my community, including myself. So with that being said, I am doing my best to capture the audience, retain them, and make sure that they stay within the Pokebell Card House social media boundary, within that barrier, if you will. So I don't lose anything. If I don't lose anybody, because if any of these platforms die, I want to make sure that I can still sell my product. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on what I do as a Pokemon card Rip and Shipper over on TikTok, trying to push people to my website, give you a little bit of idea of what I do, how I source my product, things like that. Now, first off, I am a member of a wholesale program here in the United States where I can basically buy product from distributors at wholesale price for a monthly fee. Now, since I've joined that program, I haven't really reaped the benefits of it. I'm just basically holding my spot, because basically by the time that I joined in, I was not very liquid. I was not able to just fork over tons and tons of cash to be able to buy all the product that was available. And then months were passing by and all the product disappeared. So it's pretty crazy. If you haven't heard, there are zero product out there available from distributors when it comes to packs and sealed product. Deck boxes are still available, and like random items are still probably a little bit available, but most of the American distributors for Pokemon do not have product to sell to any of the LGSs or any of the stores or anything, or any of the retailers. So that's a big problem, and that's part of the reason why this market boom is just absolutely insane and going crazy. But I am a member of a wholesale program. Again, haven't reaped the benefits of it, so I'm not really getting any product from there, but I'm forking over a monthly fee. So because of that, whenever I'm looking to buy sealed product, I'm having to do that at basically market value, or wheel and deal a little bit if I can. What am I doing? I'm going to local game stores to see if I can if I buy some stuff, can I get a percentage off or whatever like that. Now, my area that I am from, like I said, I'm from the Houston area, a little bit on the outskirts, but my local area Not a lot of game stores, not a lot of people slinging Pokemon cards out there. So because of that, I am having to venture off, hit up Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, so people so I can converse with other people who are in the hobby to see if anybody else is selling products, so that I can figure out where I'm going to get my inventory. So those are the different things that I'm doing. Facebook is a killer place to start looking out and having that outreach and growing your not only knowledge of the hobby, but who else is in the business, who else is in the space, and then just meeting other people who can help you out in the future. I've already met a ton of people from my local area who's helped me out a bunch when it comes to getting some product, or even like getting access to shows, that kind of stuff. It's really cool. It's a really fun thing here in the Houston area. But hit up the social media. You know, you're gonna see your local people who have products for sale, and that's the thing. I talked about in my last video, I went to the H-Town card show, a big card show local to the Houston area that happens a few times a year. Now, there was hardly any sealed product available, which blew my mind, because the first time that I had gone to the card show, just walls and walls and walls of product. You couldn't stop seeing all the product. But now, you can't find anything. Everybody's selling sealed product at like market value. But because the market's so crazy right now, you know, you can kind of get away with buying product that's sealed market value, putting up your little markup, and then, you know, still selling it in single packs and doing your rip and ship. But it's all up to you and how you want to scale it, how you want to market it, how you want to have that presence in front of the customer. Because if you buy a booster box of Surging Sparks at market value, which I think right now is $260, $280, you're going to be charging, you're basically buying the packs at like $7, $8 a pack, $6, $7, $8 a pack. And if you're going to make money on that product, you have to charge more. And not everybody's willing to pay more. So I would say make sure you're trying to get a good deal, trying to haggle a little bit whenever you're talking to these people or buying in bulk orders. Start with a booster box. You know, it takes one booster box. Throw it up on your live stream, see if you can sell it, do a little bit of a box break, a rip and ship, you know, have fun, start somewhere small. But one booster box will turn into another one, and then another one. Then eventually, whenever you restock, you can buy two. So again, I started with hardly any expendable income, and I'm still hardly any expendable income. But next week I'm looking to make a big order. You know, as my business is growing and my followers are growing, I'm able to slowly start buying more and more product every time I do inventory. But the key is, if you're truly wanting to grow your business, all the money that goes into the business, you should not touch it. You should keep it into account, and then every time that you restock, you just keep that little bundle of money there, so that if you're constantly taking out money from your business, then for your own personal needs, and I get times are tough, you know, I've been there, I've had to do that time or two, you know, because you got to pay bills, you got to, you know, something unexpected happens, you need some extra cash. Sure, it happens, but you will slow the growth of your business. So I encourage you not to do that. Keep the money in there, let it grow, work it, be that good business owner, that good minded, you know, person to let things flourish and let things grow. It'll eventually get there, I promise. But that's my thing. Rip and shippers are crazy. The market's crazy. But I think it's a great place to start if you are coming from a 0 follower community. It gets your presence out there. It gets your vibe out in the space. People can see you. People can interact with you. If you're doing that on top of pushing out content, posting to all the social media platforms, making a YouTube, whatever, that getting your face out there is the biggest thing. Content is your friend. The more you post, the more you'll grow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the biggest my advice. I think Brian is right. There's no shade towards Brian. I think he's an awesome seller and a person in the hobby, from just what I get from him watching his videos. So no shade on Brian. However, I think he's mostly right. You got to scale the business. You got to make sure you're putting yourself first and putting the customers also at that priority, so that you can grow and then they can help you grow and watch the business flourish. Make sure you own those customers. and make sure that you are okay with the small wins, because those small wins will turn into a lot of big wins over time. So rip and trimming really isn't that bad, gets you out there, but you just got to start. You just got to start pushing out the content, and that's what me here at Pokeball Card House, that's what we're trying to do. But yeah, that's a little bit of my take. I appreciate you guys watching the video all the way to the end. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, follow me on all the socials. Again, we have a 151 booster bundle giveaway happening right now in our Discord. It will end on Friday, March 21st. Feel free to join between now and there. The shop's a little empty right now, but I'm looking to restock very, very soon. Check out our website at PokeballCardHouse.com for whatever we stock with some Japanese product. Heatwave Arena coming in very, very soon. But thanks for watching. Follow us, like, subscribe, all that. Peace out, guys.